Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition. Been a long time coming here for the old Gen 3 Supercars Hot Lap series with a bit of education coming from yourself, Zac O'Reilly, here at Sensational TV. We're flying around in the Sensational TV Camaro, in fact, and you've just seen a hot lap of myself there around here doing a 27.048. So basically a 27 dead, as we would all like to achieve here. And it is possible. And it's a little bit more refinement needed on my end, but you can still do it. So don't stress. Everything's okay. It's just going to be a little bit of a time thing for you. And you've got a week to do it. So how much better timing-wise than it is now to get yourself sorted? I'm going to go back one click here on the replay, and let's get back to a exterior view of how we go about this, because I can tell you, when it comes to racing here at Taupo, it's all about being smooth. And we'll watch this replay just as we click on. Give me 1 second, and we'll go straight to it and get in for a exterior shot of that hot lap, and we'll get into the education. Geez, they sound good, don't they, viewers? They sound really, really good. And that is the exterior view of it. If it helps you at all in that way, also it can be a very, very valuable thing just to see where you can apex and turn in. But considering it's a very tight, twisty circuit, it's all about just being brave. And that's exactly what it takes here to do so. And we'll go back on board and see what it looks like from here. Inside the cockpit. Now I'm going to show you the lap previous, just a little bit of the lap previous on where I could improve on, and we're starting around here, around turn, I think it's turn 5 from memory, maybe even turn 6, and we're just coming onto this fast sweeping right-hander into a fast sweeping left-hander, and we'll just observe here what exactly I do as we come in, and I'll slow it down for you. So give me 1 second. Let's get this all sorted here. Let's get the thing ready to rock and roll. We're approaching this section here, and you can see right now, I've downshifted to third. Now, a lot of people try to coast through here in fourth, but I find that if you go into third, it just angles the car in and points the arse end out a little bit more than what you need, which maximizes your entry speed, just about 170 by the time I hit that little bump on the outside. Now, if we go contrary to, oh, nearly got it first go, to what I did on the fastest lap as well, we'll just see here, we'll go fast and then we'll go slow. So now we brake into third gear, and you can see I've turned it in and pointed it a lot more, and I've actually just dipped that car on the outside of the inside curb there. And as I've planted it into there, I've already got to about 180-ish by the time I finish off on that bump. So it's a little bit slower in, narrower entry, but it actually helps you on the end, this is also a overtaking opportunity here at Taupo. So just those little things can see, but we'll can see what you can do basically, and we'll run through now a full lap in slow motion, complete different style. That was a 26.2. And if I get this correctly here, we'll find out in a second whether I crossed the line and did that lap. All right, let's go back to the start here. So gathering away here onto Taupo, onto the front straightaway, feathering on the exit, up into fifth if you want to. I choose to hit the limiter in fourth and then slow it down here. Slow it down a fair bit into second gear, just as we start to point it in an apex. Now we're sort of looking at the moment that the apex is about there of this corner, and I'll start accelerating. I'm still a little bit on the brake. You can see here on the right hand side of your screen, you can see on the right hand side that there is a little telemetry thing, and I'll just drag this across so we can get a better view of it. Now we'll actually go up here because it's a lot easier to read. You can see my brake tracing that goes all the way down. It's modulating the brake pedal, so a bit more force and then off, then a little bit more and then off, and then I'm still trail braking here into this corner halfway around the turn, but very, very minimal input. Very minimal input. And you can see here where I get off the brake pedal right about now, and now I'm on the throttle. So I've already switched over just before that white line there. And as you come out of this corner, you can shift into third. It is a bit of insurance, and I probably should have done it here, but I did not. And I just let the car run and use all of that momentum. And you can see here I'm still about 80% throttle-ish on the delta. Then it snapped into oversteer on me. So if I went into third gear there right before that point, I'll tell you what, it would have helped me something chronic there too. This section is also tricky. We've got a curb coming up, which actually is the worst curb in existence. If you hit right there on the inside where the front wheel is at the start of this curb, it will jump you and pull you straight out and get you mid-air. You don't want that. You want it to be just a nice, easy flowing sector here, and try to get as shallow as possible. We'll find out how I do that. You can see there, I've just nudged the inside bit, drifting a little bit wide here, probably wider than what I wanted to go, but I still angled it and went brave here on the inside of that curb and just ran it wide. A little bit of oversteer. I'm still in third gear too, but brave on the throttle. You can see the throttle tracing up the top. Let the brake on before you dart it in. It will help you on turn in. I promise you it'll help you on turn in just to this corner, which will increase your speed over this little ridge coming up here. We'll be able to see it right now. And we'll go see, as I get a little bit crossed up, but just dancing it, still brave. And now I'm on the brake pedal, shifting down into second gear, using the rear to slide the car in and point me in. You can see that I was a bit counter-steery, but it wasn't anything counter-ish. It was just leveling off the steering wheel at the same point in time. And this section here, look at the throttle tracing, ladies and gents. It is so minimal on that throttle. You have to be so patient at this part of the section of the circuit. If you are not going to be doing that, you're going to be up onto the ripple strip here on the outside, spinning the wheels, and you're basically just going to be losing all the momentum that you've just gained by angling in perfectly through that double right-hand downhill section. And you can see that I've just done that there in the grand scheme of things. A little bit taily on the exit again, a little bit of snap oversteer, but that's okay. Into third we go. And we're starting to make our approach here into this slow section, all right, here as we speak. Now, I just get on the anchors now, halfway through that curbage there on the outside, and I try to make the entry as straight as possible, but I'm already turning in and the braking is still going. I'm still braking. I'm still modulating that brake pedal, sorry. Now I'm completely off it and it switches over because I know I've made that corner. And you'll notice by looking at it in slow motion how slidey it is. That is what a Gen 3 does. It does slide in, and it will go a little bit out of where you think you're going to be turning. But don't stress about that at all, because when you stress about those sort of things, you'll get back on the brakes and then you'll be losing all of your momentum through the corner. So just be trustworthy in the car. I promise you it'll grip up. It will grip up. And on the exit here, you can see that brake gone, and the throttle modulation just really elongated and long there, and just getting it into third gear now as we slide through. Now we're coming up to this section here that we all love. A very quick, just a lift of the throttle there too, you can see as I get into the apex there. And then this next section here is very important to get right. See where I'm now just starting to turn the car in as I shift down from fourth gear. Where trajectory is still straight on. We're still pointing directly at those four cones right in front of you. But that's okay, because by the time we shift it down into third and we go through it in slow motion, watch the rear just come around here. Just watch it come in. I'm on the brakes. Now I'm off them completely. And I'm turning the wheel and I'm just coasting through here. Really up on the edge of the circuit as I possibly could be. And I'm in third. Now I'm on the throttle again. Still very nice and smooth taking my time there. Now I'm full beans. That's all you need to do. I've made the corner. The decision is made, and you can see by the time I get back onto the circuit on the outside there, I'm at 174 odd Ks. And then we accelerate through to the really, really tricky section of the circuit. This is probably everyone's hated corner, I would say, of this track. And it is very tricky to get right. But pushing the envelope is possible because it's a bank turn. It's going to pull you up. If you go in there too hot, 80% of the time, it works every time. It's going to pull you up. I guarantee you that much. So we'll find out how I do it here. Climbing through the gears, starting to brake just after that, just before that little bit of track section there. And I'm a little bit on mid corner, but I'm starting to get high. And you can see the brake modulation there as well. Have a look at that little graph just there. You can't see my cursor, but if you see how it's going, it's on the brake, off the brake, then a little bit on again, but these are only by like 15%. These aren't not by a lot. And then it's just holding that brake pressure currently right to the end of that graph. You can see that I'm off and I'm on it again. And it's a beautiful thing to really trust the car. And I just start to run wide here, but I've put some more steering lock into it to gather it up, which doesn't hurt me. You can see my minimum speed hasn't decreased below 89 Ks the whole way. Now I'm already on the beans and pointing towards the exit of the corner. The reason I go shallow here and dart it into third gear to short shift is because I can maximize the traction on the exit and then basically let the car run wide. But it's not full beans. You can see I'm about, 70%-ish throttle from here. So we'll find out as I get in, and I'm climbing through it now. You've made that inside apex, and I'm letting the car use all of the curbs that I can possibly use without going off the track. And I'm at full throttle now. And now it's just the back straight section. So if we just go back a little bit here, let's watch this in 3 times slow motion, and we'll see how we do it. So you come in, let's do it in 3 times slow motion, brake down into fourth, now to third, modulate that brake pedal, let the car sort of slide its way around the corner because it's banked. So you can see just a little bit of correction here and there, but I've gathered it up and I'm no longer counter steering. The car is just sliding through the corner. I'm letting the tyre do the work for me and pull me up. And then we start to accelerate into third gear, point it towards this apex right here. Don't hit that inside curve, just get on the white line and now angle out. And we're already nearly at full beans now. So before the exit of the corners happen, we're at full beans, which is going to maximize all of your momentum out of that corner. Hopefully that bit helps. We'll go onto the front straightaway here now. So we hear the revs climb up to 7,000 RPM, 7,450. And then we start to get ready for a braking zone coming up our way, which is right here. 170 odd meters. You brake and you really start to point the car in. This is where you can be generous inside on the curvages. You really can be. The tyre will keep you on it inside that little lip. You can see, if you look at the inside of that curve there is the high spot. And if you run your tyre straight over that, you will be pulled in and gripped and ripped. And we can see here now, third gear approach at 138 Ks, still turning in. Now I've straightened up. Now I'm darting the car in for the next corner, which is a right-hander. Still braking too, mind you. You can see on the brake tracing there that it is still modulating. The whole way to brake with these cars is to modulate the brake pedal. Let it off at now, and now I've applied a little bit more. You can see that I'm about 70% brake pressure there, right as we get in. This corner here, going super slow motion, real tight. You can be generous again, get the car in and point it in. That's about half the car width on the inside curve. I've just managed to clip it there, but it pulls you back in. It's amazing what it does. And your approach here is try to stick here. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be out to the left, and you don't want to be too far right, because if you try to go right to the edge of the track on the right-hand side here, your trajectory into the corner at this whole 1, 2, 3 approach is going to be way too slow for you to be able to even pull it up. So you need to make sure that you carry enough speed to not run too far left, but then not be too slow to end up right out wide into the bunda nearly as well. And as we approach this section here, I've darted the car in pretty heavily, but I'm already on the power. You can see I'm already powering through this, 60% throttle, just a little lift into third, and now we start to coast on right. You hit that inside curve into third we're now. So we're short shifting again. And then we are just dancing on the limit of the tyre here, just letting it do its thing. And then we're full beans right at the exit curve. And that is increasing speed, and it's going to improve your delta. And as you across the line here, you will be able to see very shortly on that timing marker on the heads-up display. It's a 1:27.048. So after all that, yes, it's a good lap. Could it be tidier? Yes, it could be. I could have short shifted at turn 1 at the end into third gear. It will help you. It'll actually help you with tyre life as well. So make sure you remember that. The more you spin the tyre, the more it's going to heat up and the more tread's going to be taken off it as well. Could I have got a better entry into the fast sweeping bowl at the end of the circuit before we get onto the back straight? Probably, but I managed to pull it up there while sliding. Sliding in these cars is what they do. They actually do slide. They're basically limited by tyre rather than by the actual physics of the car with the less aero. So the tyres are way more dependent now on that. So focus on your alignment. Focus on your camber levels as well. A bit of toe out on the rear does help a lot of people here too if you're struggling. But otherwise, if you really want a full go into how to get these cars set up properly, it's one thing to drive them on the correct lines, but the next thing is know how to set up. Hit me up in my DMs on Discord under my name, and I can get you some coaching. But as for now, that is it for the driver training thing. It's been 18 minutes, so that's long enough hearing my voice. I'll give you the hot tip. But we'll go out with a little bit of a bang here. Sensational TV's very own track here live, and we'll go through the fast lap one more time. But as for now, from my voice and dulcet tones, it is goodbye, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheerio.